Okay, so now we'll talk about making a new post. Now you can start from scratch certainly by just clicking the Add New up here, but I would pick a post that's similar to what you have in mind for your next post, and then duplicate that. So let's say the newsletter. That's one we want to use fairly frequently. So if I click on newsletter and I go down here to New Draft, it automatically creates a new draft of that particular newsletter. So then you come up here and let's just say this is December. We rename it. Remember that the permalinks is what determines the URL. The permalinks are still turned off at the moment, so as soon as I get back on, they'll automatically mirror what the title is. So that's how that works. So you have all of the content from the existing newsletter in here. And you'll see, frequently you'll see this right here. This particular string of code creates space above and below the post and puts a thin divider line in the middle. And basically I pulled that up here from one of these shortcode areas right here. That's the gap, and then I believe this is the divider. So if you click on this, or one of these, for example thin, it will allow you to add a thin divider into that page. But also you can just copy and paste this code. So you'll see that, and that's kind of what divides things. You'll notice, of course, our headers are, in this case, those are H4, but they should be H3, but you can change the header there. So let's go through. I'm just going to delete and pretend we're editing this one. So first I'll just come in here and I'll delete that image. I'll delete that image. I'll delete that image. Delete that image. And then we have our newest members down here. We're just going to delete those guys too. And then we'll go back up to the top. So basically what I would do is copy and paste content over this content. Remember that if you paste from Word, you might get some formatting issues that that'll cause problems. So typically I will put text into a text editing program and strip it down to plain text and then copy and paste over the content here. So, new title, whatever it is, or you can just copy and paste. I mean, you can try from Word. It may or may not work. Then I'll just paste my text over this. Remember that applying a link to text is a matter of highlighting it and then clicking the link icon right here. And then linking to wherever you need to link to. Make sure you title your link. It should be descriptive about where that particular link is going. Or you can choose an existing blog post right here and hit add link, and it automatically adds it to that. To remove a link, you just click in an object and click this icon right here to remove, unlink, and that link goes away. So that's basically how you're adding text or changing things in here. If you link out of the website, make sure that you keep the open link in new tab window on. And so then adding an image, for example. So if I'm going to add an image here, I have a new image for this article. I'll usually insert the mouse where I want to put the image. Then you can click Add Media, and you can find that image. Let's just say it's this image. Once an image is highlighted, you can change the title here and the alt text. These other things I don't think you really need to mess with. And then you can hit insert into post. It came in gigantic. So if that happens, you can do a couple things. You can resize the image, or you can just click on the image, click the little mountain, which gives you a variety of options, but you can scale it down right here. And you can change the alignment right here. And you can put the proper title here and the proper alternative text here. And hit update. It's still too big, so I'm going to go another 60%. And so on. Ideally, you'd want the image closer to the size that you're going to use it when you're putting in something like this. Um, because of the size of the image and where this code is located, it looks odd, but this is actually the divider that falls after this image. When you go to display it, you'll notice that it works fine. It's just the placement of that is kind of odd, and it may confuse you for a second. So you're making all your adjustments and so on. In this particular post, if you scroll down a little bit, I'll show you on the live site. We have a bulleted list item, and you can see that it uses those green colors, which you can change, by the way, under the theme settings. But you'll notice some shortcodes: dividers, true, DVT, list item. So this text in here determines what the bullet, what is in front of the bullet. So you can see each one has its own code. That's what creates that neat little graphic when you're making a list. So those are some of the things that you'll deal with in here. Pretty straightforward. If we scroll down a little bit further, we have the excerpt. Remember that this is what appears on the main blog page next to the smaller image. And then over on the right hand side, remember that you need to set the featured image. So for example, I'm going to remove this one, and then I'm going to hit set featured image. Then you can either upload or set one that exists. It'll show up right in there, and then becomes the featured image wherever that post is referred to. Don't forget your tags and your categories. And then you can hit preview, which opens a new window on top of your old window. And you can see how that particular post will appear. Then when you're ready, you just hit publish, and that makes that particular post live.